My name's Jessie Farmer. I play guitar for Sick of Sarah. I'm originally from Peoria, Illinois. I grew up in Plymouth, Minnesota. Went through a lot of different high schools. A little bit of a troublemaker. Decided to go out to New York for a while and just kind of get a little life experience. Came back to Minneapolis in '04. I met Abisha at a bar in like late '04.
My name's Abisha, and I grew up in Okinawa, Japan. My parents weren't in the military, but my dad was a teacher, so we traveled a lot. Yeah, so I grew up in Okinawa. When I was 18, I moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota.
You know, she's got this all-girl band, and that I needed to play bass for the band or whatever, and I'm like, you know, whatever, I'll go and check you out a little bit, and went to go and see them at the Whiskey Junction, and it was 4 acoustic guitar players, these two plus 2 others.
My name's Katie Murphy. Katie Lynn Murphy, full name. I grew up in South St. Paul, which is obviously south of St. Paul, separate city, don't forget it. And yeah, that's where I grew up, that's where I'm at. I moved to Uptown, let's see, probably 3 years ago.
You know, I kind of watched and saw a little potential, and I was like, well, all right, I'll play bass, but you got to ask 2 of the guitar players because that's just too many. That's, you know, we're not trying to replicate the Eagles here. And then I asked her if she had a drummer in mind, and was this little mess over here to my left.
My name is Brooke Svanes, and I play the drums for Sick of Sarah. I'm originally from, well, Kintyre, North Dakota, but I moved to Bismarck when I was like 5. Yeah, moved to Minneapolis when I was like 18, right after I graduated high school.
We'll just jam it out and see if it works, and it was magical. So it was us 4 for about 2.5 years, and then last January Jamie took over bass, and then I...
Well, my name is Jamie Holm. I'm the bass player for Sick of Sarah. I'm from a really small town called Clearbrook. I would say around like 23, I decided I wanted to move out to LA to attempt to be a musician. And I was out there for a couple of years. And then decided that where I actually wanted to be was here back in Minnesota to start a band. So that's how I ended up back here.
I told my brother, I was like, I think I'm gonna ask Mom and Dad to give me a guitar. And he was like, oh yeah? Well, that's cute, you know? I was like, yeah. Anyways, I told him that, and then later on that night, probably like 4 hours later, he comes home with a guitar. A beautiful, like, you know, small body Takamine. It was the greatest thing ever, so I started playing right away and writing songs within the first week, so.
Well, I first started playing guitar when my dad and my brother, when I was younger. I grew up with them playing guitar, so they taught me like a little bit of guitar, and it's funny because I actually used to like go hide in my basement when no one was home and write all these songs. Like I'd write songs about these breakups that I had, which I had never had.
I mean, I kind of always, you know, drummed on stuff and whatever when I was little, but when I was 10, I eventually decided to start playing drums in like school band and stuff.
In middle school is when I kind of picked up the guitar, and my brother played guitar, and so I was like, I want to do that. That looks cool, you know. And so my brother-in-law at the time actually gave me an acoustic guitar, and he's like, this is how you tune it, this is a chord chart, this is how you read it. And I'm like, okay, so I kind of figured it out.
Jewel got me playing guitar, so that's something, you know. I didn't even know what a pick was until a year after I started playing, because she doesn't use one very often, you know. So she made me want to play.
Like, I think Paramore kicks ass.
I like Block Party, I like The Editors.
Like Babes in Toyland, L7, Bikini Kill.
I love System of a Down.
Alkaline Trio, Tegan and Sarah.
Sleater Kinney.
Joan Jett.
Like Sheryl Crow, No Doubt.
And John Fogerty's one hell of a fucking guitar player.
Depeche Mode, Radiohead.
So many. I listen to so much music all the time, and sometimes I don't even know the names of the bands, and then I have to like Google it and look it up and find out what it is, you know?
I definitely think our style is going to keep evolving more and more, and we're just going to add more influences and going to see some new things along with some of like the older styles too.
whenever I'm sad, to be able to create a song out of this feeling of sadness is just, it helps. It helps a lot. You know, same with like having fun. It's like you have a super fun time, you know, you're super excited about life, and you write a song that makes you feel like that, you know. Like Hello Good Morning is like, woo, you know, you're like super fun, you know. You wake up in the morning and you're like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it feels great.
To like have people listen to my music and really like be able to like relate to it. And you know, if it's a happy song, I want them to feel happy, and I want them to put it in when they're getting ready to go out or whatever.
I like the fact that I can like hang out with people, play music, and we all have this like one goal in mind, you know. We all like to rock the fuck out.
I saw so many people around me doing it and met people in the industry and just met people who are really down-to-earth people who just worked very hard to get where they wanted to go, and I took that inspiration and I just went with it.
You know, it's like I remember being little, being like 5, 6, 7 years old, and I'd always listen to my headphones at night. And I was always like, God, you know, I want to be up there on stage. I want to play. I want to drum. Like, I have a thing with counting and, like, rhythm.
We definitely want to make this a career, and we want to have, you know, we've only released one album. It's like, I want to release, like, 3, 4, 5 albums, you know, with Sick of Sarah.
As far as my goals go, I mean, I want to be, you know, in a year, I want to be like this much better. I want to improve constantly just on my technique and stuff like that.
We all do set goals for ourselves. Like, we're going to practice this much, we're going to do this. Like, we want to have this many songs written by this time, because if you don't keep pushing yourself, you're going to stay the same and you're not going to get any better and you're not going to go anywhere.
Like, I want to do this as long as possible. You know, it's my first band. It's the greatest thing like I've ever done.
We just want to go and travel and tour and play and, you know, be able to financially take care of ourselves is a big one.
I think our general goal is to like keep doing what we're doing and hopefully like sustain, you know, some sort of lifestyle doing it, and just keep like reinventing ourselves and creating new music and keep getting better and better and tighter together and rocking the world one face at a time.